There was a little, back and forth with you and, your man Kizz Daniel.
I produced Core from beginning to the end.
No way. But the
Yeah,
signature says Uber.
Yeah. My point is that it's disrespectful to produce a song from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Then you have an idea in your head, you want to add an element. You could just call me
Right.
and tell me that, okay, let's just add this sound. Let's just add. I have produced everything, the composition, everything from beginning to end.
Right.
Why are you sending it to another person? I just finished from a like one razzling with him, so the new one was. It's just like he wants me to keep talking.
Because I've never seen
so I
anything
try to
like
always
that before.
avoid it
Yeah.
and just. So at this point now, I don't even talk about it. Most times I just send my lawyer, bro.
What up, guys? It's a new year, new energy. Razy back at it. It's the link up on Echooroom. Come on. But I have a great time as always. Super interesting year last year. Groundbreaking things. And this year we're starting off with some super flight mode, ladies and gentlemen. On the link up, like I always do, I come through with some of the most interesting people, your superstars, people who make things happen in the industry pretty much. And today I have a man who's pretty much behind behind almost all your hits, right? Producing for all your faves, also a talented singer, multi-instrumentalist, man, a bad man. Philkeys in the building.
What do you do, my G?
How's it going, man?
Not bad. We thank God, my G. We're good. We're happy to be here.
Yes, good to have you on the link up on Echooroom.
It's a great time to be here, actually.
Absolutely, man. I want us to touch on a whole lot of interesting things. But first, as courtesy demands, what's been happening with Philkeys? What's been going on? I know, like, I mean, after your smash hit Necessary with Kizz, there's been a lot going on. I've been seeing you also touring and stuff. But what's been happening? Let's hear from you.
I've been creating, man. If I'm being honest, I think I've even been more chilled than I'm supposed to be. But that's because I've actually been creating, doing a couple of movements, here and there, trying to do lots of link ups. I'm trying to say so. But it's been great. It's been great music. I mean, great working with new artists too.
Okay, some new artists on your radar as well.
Right. So I mean, the next project is gonna be, that's all I can say. But yeah, we're just working. We keep working pretty much.
Let's talk about the producer to artist transition phase that has been happening a lot lately. Big shouts out to Phils, big shouts out to Young John.
Yeah, Young John. Who else again?
There's a couple more people who successfully transitioned. Malik Berry. Yeah, Malik Berry was one of the.
Was more like the first.
Yeah, one of the first, right? That's really great, man. So you also making that song for a lot of people who don't really follow the music. They were even shocked to see you singing, like when your song was
the thing
out there.
about this thing they call transitioning is I look at it as musicianship. If you ask me, this thing is just musicianship. It's not. I don't take it like transitioning per se. If you have a gift inside of you, it will come out one way or the other.
Right.
So, but one thing brings you out, and another thing sustains you. You understand? So, I mean, for the production side, I mean, I'm speaking for the rest of the producers that have switched to artistry now.
Right.
Show more at a time of their life, the only option they had was just to use the gifts they had as a producer to try and get people to believe in them. Then boom, you get me. So it's really not a switch per se. It's more like a musicianship, but it's just vibes. If the talent is there, it's there. You get me. You can't hide it anyway. So to come out one way or the other.
Right, and then it will be correct to say that you're also at that phase right now because you're putting out more songs and singing too, not just producing.
I mean, I didn't even plan for the
artist
for
phase.
the switch or whatever. I just knew when it's the right time for my musicianship time to come out, it will come out. And the necessary switch up and the song going viral was just like it just happened.
Right.
You understand? So I believed in the song, but I didn't know it was going to go that far. Like the streaming, the numbers, everything I'm seeing is just crazy. And, it's a great time for Afrobeats. It's a great time to be alive.
It is.
We're just trying to harness this as much as we can, work with more people as much as we can. Try to use the people that want to work with us in the Afrobeat space, take advantage of it, and become better pretty much.
Sounds dope. So before I delve into like some of the critical stuff I want to talk about, especially as regards producers, in an industry like ours, and Afrobeats being like a dominant sound. Obviously, there's no Afrobeats without the producers, because you guys are the ones carrying the genre on your shoulder. First, I wanted to. I mean, this is what will lead us into that, though. There was a little, back and forth with you and your man Kizz Daniel. And then I was shocked to hear that, because I'm like, I know you guys have worked for a minute. So what was that about? What happened?
This question always comes up.
It has to come up, and we need to know.
To hide it,
no. You can't hide it. We need to exactly know what happened.
I mean, Kizz Daniel is my brother. We have a working chemistry. Whenever we get into the studio, we always create smash.
Okay.
And that one is something. It just happens naturally. The necessary one is my record. Pretty much. He just agreed that he wanted the record to be on his album.
Okay, so you own the record.
It is my record. If you heard the song, it is my record. So, but he's someone that's always believed in my vocals too. Yeah. You understand?
Okay.
But at the point of everybody has their own character issues one way or the other. Everybody in a dangbana. You understand? So we finish working and we can fight the next minute.
Okay.
And we can make up the next minute and we can fight again. You understand? As long it happens because it's business, and if we don't talk to each other about agree to disagree, right? But at some point we had clashes about the record. We had clashes about some other things.
Was it about ownership, like who owned the song, or was it credit?
It wasn't really about ownership. I mean, he already got the song and put it on his album, and I agreed on that, and we agreed on. But the thing is, most of the times when they say this is it, they turn their mouth and on that thing happens again. So you're messing with my bread, so I have to come after you. So I had to. There was a stage I had to remove the friendship and just
This has to be business.
I'm not doing anything. I'm leaving it to my lawyer right now. Then he became serious. I was like, okay, let's settle this. But why did you have to make me bring in my lawyer or bring in some people into the picture?
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And this is just like subtle. On the G Peasley. You get what I'm trying to say? So, bro, I mean, we settle it, we always settle it, and we always keep working. That's one thing, I mean, we're still working. We still spoke like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Oh, fight chat. That one is double. It's like agree to disagree. Everybody wants to be smart in this industry. Sure. That's one thing. They just believe if you don't stand, they will just believe they can take advantage of you.
And outsmart the next person.
Yeah, outsmart the next person. They're just it's like they test you first and see what you do. Yeah, go shake.
And if you don't push back,
if you don't come after them and tell them, yo, we're friends, bro. Don't mess with my bread.
Right.
You understand? And they know that let's put it on this stuff. Yeah, pretty much, but we're cool. We're cool.
Okay, so on the producer tip, I want to also ask you something else, but real quick, the song "Cuff," that's Kizz Daniel's song right now.
Yes.
Who produced that song? Because I thought you produced it, and I'm hearing like Blaze Bass. That's Uber. That's the signature in there.
Another thing that made us had issues. Yeah. You understand? Because I produced Cuff from beginning to the end.
No way. But the signature says Uber.
Yeah, my point exactly. He's used to doing that.
That's crazy.
Except we have So I was like, bro, remove the person's tag from my song, my production.
Yeah.
I called him. When it gets to the time where we're having rivaling issues or we're trying to have issues, he will call his brother to call me. He will not want to talk to me again.
Right.
So I now saw, this is what you're doing. Okay, no P. Let me start putting my lawyer in front now.
Right.
When it gets to time for that, I'm not even talking to you. Since when we are talking, I'm talking to you as a brother. Then it gets to that point, you send in your brother because you're trying to be smart.
Right.
So he knows these things are intentional. You understand? So that's why I always get to clear them. You understand? This thing I'm saying is the same thing I was saying in front of him. Do you understand? So I always get to clear the air that, bro, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't bring out something that is not in me out of me. You get what I'm trying to say? Because they always want to push.
Yeah.
They always want to push you until you snap. Then they be like, oh, I didn't really have to get to the point of lawyer. I didn't even get to the lawyer point. I just let that one slide because he called me. But I called him and I warned him that do not put. I even called Blaze. Blaze was like, it's not me, it's Kizz that told him to put his tag there. So he's the one. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
No, what it means is like, so it wasn't even like you said you produced it from beginning to end.
What I thought was
okay. I thought maybe it was a co-production or something.
My point is,
but is that even legal? Is that
disrespectful?
That's crazy.
It's disrespectful to produce a song from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Then you have an idea in your head, you want to add an element. You could just call me,
right?
and tell me that, okay, let's just add this sound. Let's just add. I have produced everything, the composition, everything from beginning to end. Why are
Right.
you sending it to another person? I asked the other producer, like, how would you feel it was your production?
Right.
Do you understand what I'm trying to
Right.
say? So that's had to. I just finished from a like one wrestling with him. So the new one was. It's just like he wants me to keep
Because I've
talking.
never
So
seen
I try
anything
to
like that
always
before.
avoid it
Yeah.
and just.
Okay.
So at this point now, I don't even talk about it. Most times I just send my lawyer in front.
So
When it gets to that point.
who's getting the money for that? Who's getting the royalties? If you
No,
produce
I mean
it,
my what's it called? My publishing is intact, but it splits
Okay.
my publishing one way or the other. It divided my
Damn.
publishing
Yeah.
without. Why are you touching my publishing for my own production?
right.
When I could call I didn't even need to call anybody. I played everything. I did every. But if you even wanted an extra, I can even pay a violinist
Yeah,
or pay
something.
anybody to
Right.
add a special effect or add something to the song that will make it a wholesome song. But instead, you choose to call somebody else without my permission. See, you understand what I'm trying to say? Without my own permission, that okay, so it's always
Or at
like
least
that.
let you know
It's
that. Oh,
always,
you know what? I want this to be like a co-production type of
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. I think this music thing is not hard, but we in the Nigerian space, we always try to be smart. We always, especially the artists,
Right.
some of them are very straightforward. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is. I mean, when we've been working since. We did No Do together. I did For You. I did everything.
For you, is a song with Whiskey, right?
Yeah, I produced
you
that.
produced
I
that
did
one.
No Do. I did even before Necessary me produce. I did a whole lot in the MBS. Boys Are Bad.
Yeah.
We've done
I
so
think
many.
Echo. I think you did Echo as well.
I mean, I've even lost count of songs we've done together.
That's crazy.
Do you understand? And there are times he has brought songs to me for me to add things to the song
Right.
without me even putting my tag on it. I would just do it for him as my guy.
Right.
No Peasley.
Right.
So, but why do you have to mess with my own? Yeah. So our issue is not really an issue. It's just Connie. He's a very beautiful guy to work with. He's a very brilliant artist, but he can get funny.
Right.
You understand? So he's a very, very beautiful artist to work with. I
Thank
think
God.
one of the times I've had my best sessions, one of
Yeah.
the times also with him, like working together and stuff. But he's a very, very funny man. You understand? So
Right.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
feel that. Okay, so now that brings me to the conversation about, producers, how they do so much for the music. Interestingly, because I've had this conversation with a lot of other top producers, like one-on-one, professionally, just having fun in the studio. And they say, you know what? That song that's popping right now by one of your faves, I actually even made the song like it was my song. So apparently sometimes the producer doesn't just make the beats. Like they probably have some melodies or some riffs on it. And the artist just jumps in it, which is fine. And they're not getting credit or getting like the royalties right. Somebody who's a big producer has made songs for Wizkid and everybody else actually even told me that an artist in this industry literally said, I don't pay producers, like blatantly. So, and I'm saying these are A-list producers, like big producers. So I'm wondering what the guys coming up are even going through.
I think in the producer sector, I think the producers are the one even causing this. Some of the young producers are the one causing this.
How so?
Causing these whole issues because they go as far as kissing ass they will stand for anything because they just want to get.
They want to be out there.
They want to be out there. They want to get a hit from this artist, and they have to understand that if the artist fucks with your sound, he fucks with your sound.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I mean, most of the artists I've worked with from the beginning have been the one that have come to me that, okay, I fuck with your sound, I want to work with you. Right from the beginning. I'm talking about Yemi Alade, I'm talking about Momi, I'm talking about even Kizz, I'm talking about, then I was working with King Sunny Ade,
Oh, that's mad.
Ajibo, they were always coming. I was doing a Unilag then. I noticed Phase and all of them, they always reached out and because of the sound.
Right.
And I think that is the way every producer should position themselves.
Okay.
In a point whereby you are accessible, your sound is beautiful, but you put respect on your name. If not, this thing will be going round and round every single time. You know, for an artist to make that statement, that's huge disrespect to every producer.
So. Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not like it's just huge disrespect.
And then a lot more, like even a lot more famous producers have called out some of our faves, saying, "Oh, you know what? I made this song, and we're falling out. I didn't get this credit. I didn't get no royalties, because what can if you don't take care of the split sheets and the paperwork and an artist, because it's bigger, obviously takes your song and runs with it. What is the producer supposed to do at that point? How do we like solve
I didn't get that
situations like
question.
this? Like, so for example, a big artist takes your song, right? Say you produce it and you also do some writing and you don't get the due credit, and it's put it out anyway because he's bigger than you, he has more clout than you. So in
That's
that
why.
situation, like,
That's
what's the
why
producer supposed to do?
there's a kit for being that's why you're not a beat maker, you're a producer. You've gone through the phase of learning your craft and making sure you're good at what you're doing, right? So you should put some things in place. E.g.,
Right.
your lawyer has to be intact.
Okay.
Your music lawyer has to be intact. Your publishing split, everything has to be intact. So you're working with any person. They know this thing. It's a worldwide thing. I don't know why they are trying to.
Because it
It's
still
a
happens,
worldwide.
and
It's still happening.
it's crazy. It's
Like
crazy.
it's a worldwide thing. They know that when you go, if they are working with an international. I mean,
Yeah.
thank God I'm on an international level now. If I wasn't, is that how they'll be taking advantage of me? I just had to make a step and make sure I put myself on a certain level. If
Right.
not,
Right.
but if you go, it's like, okay, having been under like a Def Jam or Empire or Sony, or we have all of them, they'll always put a structure in place for their
Right.
own, the sake of their own brand too, which is making sure everybody gets what they deserve. The first step is for the artists to like the music they are making together.
Yeah.
Once they have passed that stage, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
It should be so easy. Like, it should actually
It's
be so
not-
easy,
it's
but
not hard.
Yeah.
You're getting all the mechanicals. If you're giving 5% mechanicals, depending on if the producer was involved in the writing
Yeah.
process, or depending on what agreement you guys have. But publishing is standard.
Standard. Yes.
You cannot change it. Publishing is standard, so you cannot be trying to be smart. I think that is something that needs to change in the Afrobeat space for us to get to a professional level. You know? Because these days, even the international market producers now doing Afrobeats now,
Sure.
they'll steal it from us
Yeah.
if we are not.
We don't have the
smart
structure
enough.
right.
Yeah.
So talking about that, right? And I've had this conversation. I haven't asked Bankuli about this. Let's talk about emerging sounds, though. Personally, I'm of the opinion that there's more sounds than, like, Nigeria is more than Afrobeats. But a lot of people, even some gatekeepers, think, you know what, whatever is coming out of here is Afrobeats. But I don't think that's true. We have people who make R&B, people who make alternative,
Yo,
people who
there's
make hip
Afro
hop
soul.
fusions. Exactly. So
Funny enough, as
Yeah.
a musician, I'm tilting towards more of the Afro soul
Okay.
because of the kind of voice I have.
You have, okay.
I've harnessed lots of artists, so I do know something for certain. I know the kind of vocal texture I have,
Right.
so I know what fits into it. You understand? I know the kind of artists that I work with. I can do all types of genre, but when it comes to myself, I know. So there's a whole lot of things, genres. There's Afro fusion. There's Afro soul.
Right.
There's R&B. There's Amapiano, but everybody they're categorizing it under the Afrobeat.
Everything, as long as it's coming out of Nigeria, and I'm like, yo,
Categorizing
this person
under
is
the
a rapper,
Afrobeat
this
space,
person does R&B. Why you guys labeling everything as Afrobeat?
yeah.
So I think that's a problem in the long run. But what emerging sounds do you see in the future literally having a stronghold and maybe becoming as big as Afrobeats out of Nigeria? Fusions and sounds.
Fusions and sounds. I see a lot of sounds coming out. It's just the uniqueness and the artist's uniqueness too, because I think these days you have to be, the brand positioning is even more than the music these days. So you have
Right.
to stand as a brand. That is your artistry has to be complete, not just the music alone. So it can come from anywhere depending on how unique the artist is.
Right. So it's about the uniqueness of the artist,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Pretty much.
All right, so let's talk about awards. A lot of people say producers are not, recognized enough. I mean, there's always producer of the year category, but is that really enough though? Because the work is enormous in comparison to the recognition, especially because, like I said, there's really no Afrobeats without production. Afrobeats is not a lyrical genre per se. It's literally the beats, right, that carries the genre. So do you think that, the producers are gaining enough recognition on the awards level as
If
well?
I'm being honest, I don't rate awards in Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Because why they're not being straightforward with it. It's
Okay.
not like I don't. It's not because the nominations are not coming directly to and all that, but they have been corny with the whole award thing. It's more like favoritism.
So you share that sentiment as well.
Yeah. So to me, I don't. If you want to give me, so imagine an award company telling me that they will nominate me, but I have to support with something. No,
Oh,
you're not
yeah,
nominating my
that's
craft
not that's
anymore.
not that's not
It's like
nomination anymore.
it's like
That's
you are
something
paying me
else.
to get nominated. No, I've been working for how many years? 10 years in the industry. Oh, you understand what I'm trying to say? And you're telling me I should pay you for an award. I don't care about the award anymore.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Right.
You shouldn't. I mean, it will give me joy. You're making me feel special that, okay, yo, you've done this over the years. That's why we're giving you this. I should earn it. I think I've earned it. So if you tell me
Supposed
that,
to be on merit.
yes, I've earned it. Do you understand? So
Right.
give it to me if I've earned it. If I've not earned it, don't give it to me. Don't tell me that you'll get the award, but support us with which kind of I don't want again. You understand what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah, I feel you.
there are lots of clauses with this award thing. You have to do something. It's more like you have to do something for them before you get the award. Now these days, so that is why I'm even removing my body from the whole award. The whole award thing. It's not like it's not a good thing. It's a very beautiful thing. But if
But
they
you don't
go,
think
if
it's
they go,
just-
if they go with it the right way, I think everybody will be. They might come for me because of this thing I just said. Like this, you understand? But
No, I mean,
yo,
yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's the fact, and even them, they know. Yeah.
So you don't. But shouldn't even with the way it is right now though, shouldn't the producers be in the spaces a lot more, in the conversations a lot more?
Oh yes, I'm even happy that now the producers are more in the conversations. At least we're trying, unlike before. You know, kudos to all the producers, the ones that are switched to artists, the ones that are just producers. I just think focus on your craft and whatever you think is unique in your brand. There are no tags to this thing.
Right.
Of say switching to artist to producer. If you are talented and you see it, even the artists, everybody will see that you did this guy body sha. No lie. You understand what I'm trying to say? So yeah.
I guess it's another interesting thing is sound or cultural appropriation. South Africans have accused us of hijacking the Mapiano sound. No, this is very key. I'm not making it the right way, but we're getting all the glory and all the buzz. Even Ghanaians have done that. We may start becoming victims of that too now because, like you said, a lot of countries are doing Afrobeats now. I've even heard Asian Afrobeats and stuff, right?
But the beauty about Nigerians is we're too smart. So there's always a cover up for that. If they try to for outside like this, go collect their own again.
Yeah.
So, but Afrobeat still rules, Afrobeat still rules. And it's not even we're even drifting from the point. It's not a competition, and I think
but they think it is, especially the South Africans. They don't play because South Africans are very particular about their sound.
No, it's not a competition.
They like to gatekeep their sound.
We're getting it wrong, and I think we should correct the narrative.
Please,
we're getting it wrong. It is not a competition. We're making music for the hearts and the soul of the people. It is not a competition. Stick to whatever genre suits
that works for you.
It's not a competition. You don't need to. We're leaving the main reason why we make music. You understand? I could have been anything I wanted to be in this world because I'm a hustler. But I chose music because of the love.
Right.
You get me? So we're drifting away from the main point. It's the love of the music and the impact we are able to make. A lot more of collaboration should happen between us, international, local, a lot more collaborations to happen. And let it be pure-hearted. Let it not come from a space of, you understand, you're doing it for a reason or you're doing
I get that.
for spite at someone else.
Because I think it was Ashake's blow up that was the problem. Because Ashake was so big. Yeah, like that's where some South Africans started tripping. Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's not even my piano. Like, it's not authentic. It's not genuine. So it's like seeing somebody blow up off your stuff and they feel like you're not even doing it right. So like, how do we adapt to that?
Lied. Many lies say they don't like waiting. They do on top of that. Many lies say they don't like our first mega year. Like, it's good. It sounds good. It's beautiful.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say? It's beautiful. Yeah, they should leave it for this one. Let's just collaborate and make more music. It's not a competition. You understand? The world knows that. I mean, Afrobeat belongs to Nigerians.
Right.
I mean, the world still knows that Amapiano belongs to South
South
Africa.
Africans,
It's
right.
clear. You understand? But let's just collaborate. Let's make more music. Let's make beautiful. We're just making it like a competition.
Right.
You know,
So it should
it's
be
not
more
a
collaboration
competition,
over
more
competition.
collaborations over competition, pretty much. We don't even need all
Because
that.
even with the way the Ghanaians are going, I mean, some Ghanaians, right, and stakeholders, talk. Because I had this conversation as well with my last guest on the show, talking about we have to keep our sound so that our music can grow. To be fair, I think like we did it at some point in Nigeria where we're pushing for playing more Nigerian sounds. But there's a way you go about it vehemently, and it looks like you're trying to kill other sounds just to promote your own sound.
In what sense? I don't
Yeah,
get it.
because they were saying like for Ghanaian music to grow, they need to play like mostly Ghanaian music on the radio, all of that stuff.
No.
You don't think that's the way to go about it?
No, we're making music, man. We're not doing. This is not a competition. We're making music. We're touching lives. You don't know who your music is healing out there. Why are you making it a competition? After all, you're making money out of it.
Right.
Why are you trying to make it look as if though overall? Do you know what will happen if we can collaborate and make beautiful music? Especially if you know that this person's sound fits into my sound. If we do something, it will be so beautiful. And we come together with a clean heart, because music is a spirit, actually.
Yeah.
We come together with a clean heart and we create beautiful music. Do you know how far that will go? I think we just need to change our narrative and, like you said, competition over collaboration over competition. Pretty much. So I mean, that's what it is. We're not fighting here.
On the awards, though, because this is also key, because I remember the conversation with SARS as well, and he also mentioned the same thing, how he doesn't rate awards. Have you had any?
Nah.
Have you had any instances like where they actually reached out and you thought this is not meritorious, so why should I rate it? Because they wanted you to do like PR or something or grease palms.
Now, the way the industry is now is more of PR than even the music.
What?
Is like,
that's crazy. The awards shouldn't be PR. The awards should always be objective.
My point is it's more of PR than even the music now. So like even it's different from the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Last 10 years. So things change. Things change. So the narrative is way different right now. So and I stick to the fact that the award people are not being realistic. They put people that favor them.
Damn.
And it is what
favoritism
it is.
is terrible.
So
I think that's really terrible.
I've done
though.
so much hits for me to be to beg anybody for
nominations.
Never. I'd rather just be on my own, make my money, make more hits, make the words till they dance, they go.
Right.
Maybe they collect. So that's the main aim. I don't even have time to. If you nominate me, fine. If you don't, that nomination doesn't come with money.
Well, not in every case.
So you're not giving me money. What is the thing that I'm putting?
Right.
So I'd rather go and buy artifacts from different countries and put it in my house than carry an award that was not given to me with your heart that you deserve this. I'll go and buy artifacts with my money. Yeah. Sculptures, things that are worth huge amounts of money, and I put it in my house. You get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, so now this one is about you guys, the artists now, producers, because Afrobeats is big, right? And you guys are enjoying all the largest Afrobeats to the world. But there's a problem. The music or the artists from here are no longer as accessible, and that's the truth, especially for shows. Nigerian artists, producers, they're making so much money. They get booked all over the world, and that's fine. But in the last 2 years, we've seen a situation where it's almost impossible for like regular show promoters, who are in business to book like the favorite artists that the people want to see. Because the guy that you're trying to book, who's like maybe a C-list or B-list artist, is trying to charge you the same $50K or $100K that he charges in Switzerland or Netherlands, and that obviously the purchasing power is not the same. So Afrobeats to the world is great, but are we forgetting like the source? Like how can you be so big and your fans can't even watch you? People can afford to buy tickets of $5 million naira. You know what I mean? Like if you're charging $100K for a show. So what's up with that? Why you guys acting like that? Like you stars acting like that?
I mean the way
because we're happy for you, but
the way it is at the moment, it's the artists have tasted international money.
Yes,
which is very sweet, by the way.
I know.
So they come back to Nigeria and they want the same. We want the same energy, but really, like you said, the root is from Nigeria. So you always have to give the Nigerians a show one way or the other. Find a way to liaise with the promoters, and But artists are also being careful to the promoters are not taking advantage.
I don't think they're being careful though.
You think?
I don't think they're being careful because it's a lot, and then like everybody can say it. There's literally like you don't expect a promoter in Lagos or Ibadan or Abuja to book you for that amount that you get paid somewhere in Europe or North America, and these artists are blatantly not gonna do it. If if you're not paying this, I have another show next week in the UK, so why am I? So you have a situation where you can literally go a whole year and an artist is not doing any show in Nigeria because why? The promoters can't afford it. Promoters have even started complaining. That's not even like it's not a secret. Like everybody's talking. So it's no regulation. It feels like everybody just does what they want. And the artists, to be fair, they don't care as long as they're making their money. So like, where do we draw the line? Afrobeats to the world is a great thing. Our stars are now international superstars, but are we just going to continue like this where the people
I think the artists, the Afrobeat artists, we should always try our best to always try every year to keep at least one show for Nigerians.
Right.
Because that's where the ground roots is from.
I think that makes sense.
That is the way forward because make sure that if it means, because I mean you're huge, so you can partner with any brand and you still get paid anyways, but make sure it is not at the detriment of your fans paying so much money to get to see you. You understand? You can partner with so many brands,
to like subsidize tickets and stuff.
Tickets off so that the fans could see you. I know also the production of the sets and all those kind of things. Having quality music costs a lot of money, bro. Quality music is not being, because if you see Bonner now, the money he's putting into his sets and his performance, he's putting a whole lot of money into that. You understand?
That's fine. But you also have to consider the purchasing power of the people here. The economy is not the same.
Oh no, yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could do. I think artists should do more partnerships with brands and reduce the ticketing.
Even how much they charge.
Yeah, how much they charge for ticketing. So it's easy for the fans to access quickly because a lot is happening in Nigeria and the government is not even helping anyway. So it is what it is. Everybody's more like over themselves, with themselves pretty much.
All about their paper.
You get me? So.
Crazy. All right, man. So 2024, what we expecting from Philkeys? What's happening? I know you've been working with like some of the biggest artists as well as some new artists, like you said.
Yeah,
so
man.
I just have you like spill
I'm working with a lot of artists right now. I'm not going to mention names because
what you cannot.
No, reasons being I want us to conclude the music.
Right.
So when it's out is out.
Okay.
I know maybe I'm going to assure you for one thing is I might be coming back to Echo studio sessions for a live session. But the Philkeys you see now won't be the same person you see next time.
Okay, because...
That's one thing I can assure you.
Dope. We're looking forward to all of that.
That's all I can say for now.
All right, solid. Shouts out to you for coming through, Phil.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Razy on the link up. It's been amazing. We've had Philkeys, super talented producer, singer, instrumentalist. Made all of your favorite hits. And my man's ready to take 2024 by storm. Shouts out to you for sharing and spilling some of those things too.
I'm happy to be here, man. Really happy to be here, man.
Bless up.
It was fun.
Peace.
Philkeys right here, aka Mr. Melody, and I'm right here on Echooroom, the link up. You guys like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.